There was a fellow named Bar Kamtza and Kamtza, two different types of people, two people. And what happened was one day there was a person having a wedding, a nice party, a nice band, nice what to do. And so the host sent a shaliach, sent a messenger. He says, "Listen, go ahead and invite Kamtza." And this guy, by accident, this shaliach, this messenger, instead of inviting Kamtza, he invited Bar Kamtza. And now Bar Kamtza came to the wedding, and really he was the enemy. They weren't on good terms, the host and this Bar Kamtza. So he told Bar Kamtza, "Listen, you got the wrong party, get out of here." The host is saying, "Get out of my party." He says, "What do you mean, don't embarrass me? I'll pay you for whatever I eat." He says, "No, out of here. I didn't want to invite you. Out, you were the wrong guy. We're supposed to invite Kamtza, bug it out." He says, "Please don't embarrass me, I'll pay half the wedding. Please." "No, nothing doing. I beg you, I'll pay the whole wedding. Please don't embarrass me. I'll pay the whole party. Don't embarrass me." So I'm sorry. Please leave. In any case, he left. And what did he do? He went to tell the Roman Caesar. "Oh, the Jews, they're really against you. They're living here, but they really hate you." And this and that. I started being malshin, tattletaling. I'm all sad. What happens? They got so furious. That's it. We'll go out to war. We'll kill the Jews. And a whole uproar came. Now, if you look, who is to blame in this story? We understand that the host didn't do a good job. He shouldn't have. He should have let go. That we understand. We understand the people in the party. They should have maybe protested. They should have protested. "Oh, don't embarrass him now. He's a good guy. Let him stay. Big deal." We understand who else? The messenger. He should have been more cautious. Who are you inviting? I tell you, invite this person. You invite that person. What's wrong with you? But the question is, what does it say? What's the last point that destroyed the Beit HaMikdash? This story, Kamtza or Bar Kamtza? Why are you mentioning Kamtza? What did Kamtza do with anything? It was really Bar Kamtza. The whole story came with Bar Kamtza. What happened? Why are you mentioning Kamtza? You understand? So the Maharsha explains. He says, who was Kamtza and Bar Kamtza? Kamtza was the father of Bar Kamtza. Kamtza or Bar Kamtza? Who was the father of Bar Kamtza? It was Kamtza. So what does Kamtza have to do with anything with the story? He says, because this is what the Hadush is, because we know there's a statement. The apple doesn't fall far from the tree. The apple, because you have an apple, it fell from the tree. Right? So therefore, where did this apple come from? You see, what's the nearest tree? Oh, it must be coming from this tree. Same thing. The attitude and the way children act isn't too far from the way the father or the mother would act. And therefore, we have a ta'ana over here. Who does such a wild thing? A guy got embarrassed, he couldn't come to the wedding, come to the party. What do? Automatically you go and you tell the FBI, all the people are messed. This is what you do. All the Jews don't like you. Well, relax. That's how you act. Must be, who do you get it from? Must be his father. Kamtza bar Kamtza. And that's why we always say, how come sometimes you see, and this is so important and it hits home, how come you see all the time, you have the children of the tzaddikim, the rabbis, children of the rabbis, they become businessmen. And they have the children of the businessmen, they become rabbis. It's the pshat. Sometimes you see that, no? What's the pshat? So he says, I heard this pshat one time and it's beautiful. He says, what happens? The rabbi, he was learning hard, this, that. And, he went to the businessman's house just to take a breather. The businessman, he had this, he had that, he's just relaxing. And he comes back home, honey, you don't understand. Oh, the chandelier he had, crazy. And the pool, oh my goodness. And this, and oh. And what happens? The son, he doesn't realize that when the father's speaking to his wife, when the husband's speaking to the wife, the son is listening there. The son is just like, you think that he's eating his Fruity Pebbles and he's just eating around, this, that. He hears every word what the father's saying. And he hears the father saying, oh yeah, the businessman's house, whoa, it was crazy. You don't understand. I walked in the marble and the staircase was a double-sided staircase. It was wild. You never saw this in your life, I'm telling you. And then he showed me his backyard. What a pool. The pool was ridiculous. And honey, I went in the pool and it was great. And the spa, that he had a spa. What is the son thinking? Oh, this is what my father likes? I better be like this guy. I better have a house like this with a crazy staircase and a crazy pool and but the father doesn't know that. The father just speaking to his wife. Well, the husband speaking to his wife. He doesn't know. But you have to realize the son automatically and the daughter automatically hear. Automatic. It's fact what I'm telling you. Go look at any father, any mother. You say your things, all of a sudden, your kids are listening. They could be playing on the side and you think they're not listening. They're like a sponge. They're like a magnet. Boom, you say it, they got it. And they'll always remember it forever. They're always hearing it. And what happens? The businessmen, they go to the rabbi's house for hear the class. Comes on, what is she? Oh, the rabbi said such a hiddush. What a hiddush, he said. And it was amazing. It was fantastic. I love him. He's so kadosh. The rabbi is Sadiq. You don't understand. And he helps me and he this and he that. And all of a sudden, the son's listening and the son's saying to himself, my father likes the rabbis. I want to be a rabbi. That's what happens. And therefore, it's the flip side. What's the pshat? Because whatever you're going to instill in the home, whatever you speak about, the kids are right there listening, they're hearing. And that's why, what does it say? What is this month? This month is Av. What is Rashi Tevot Av? Aleph, Av, Bet, Beno. Av is Kamtza, Beno, Bet, Bar Kamtza. The Torah is teaching us, you're not understanding what's going on over here. You have to understand that comes about that. You have to have the rebuke. You have to have the knowledge that the children have to automatically understand. The father has to understand how to rebuke, how to speak towards his child. And that's what it is. This is what we have to learn. We have to learn that in our own homes. We have to train our children, train ourselves. And how do we train the children? By the parents. When the parents are good, automatically the kids are going to be good. I'll tell you one more fast story. I saw there was a fellow. My brother texted me. You know so and so? I said, yeah. What about him? He said he just came back from a whole day's work. His eyes are bloodshot. They're black. So I went that Shabbat. I was having dinner with his father, with this kid's father. And I said, I got a good compliment about your son. I said, what? He said, my brother saw him, and he was dead tired, and he came to the shiur. And the father starts laughing. I said, why are you laughing? It's true. He says, I'm laughing because you know where he got this? I said, where did he get it? He said, when he was younger, I used to come home from work dead tired. And I knew I was going to fall asleep if I would go to the shiur of the rabbi. I knew for sure there's impossible. I was dead tired. I traveled an hour away from my business. I knew I was dead tired. But I saw my son. He was sitting. I said, he was sitting in the den and in the living room. I said, I got to go. And I knew I was going to fall asleep in the shiur. He got up and he went out of the house. He said, why'd I go out? And I knew says, because I knew when my son's going to get older, he's going to always have that in back of his mind. What did my father do? No matter what day it was, no matter how tired he was, and I saw, he would go up, I have to go learn Torah. The best way to train a child, the best way is when they emulate and they see the father and the mother, how they act and how they speak, what are they talking about. If you're going to go talk about in the home about Torah and this, and how awesome it is to do mitzvah, and Allah Abba, People today, they forget to talk about Olam Haba. What happened to Olam Haba? You have to imagine it. Oh, all of a sudden your daughter, I tell, go get me a cup of water. She didn't get me a cup of water. Oh, I get my own cup of water. I say, listen, you know what you missed out on? What did I miss out? So let me tell you something. Says, what do you want to tell me? Imagine now, you have to, she's a young girl, she's a baby, right? You're 7 years old, young kid. Imagine now, I give you, right now, a nice, small tree house. And by the tree house, there's a slide. And the slide goes into a pool. And you come out of the pool, and you have all these different buttons. And every button, whatever you want. You want a hot fudge sundae. You want a crazy 3 scoops on your ice cream with a waffle cone and crunch. You press that thing. And then you get out of the pool, all of a sudden you come in, and then all of a sudden you're in the mood for a slush. And they have the most wildest slushes. Any one that you want, you press one button, in a second it comes. You want watermelon slush, you want cherry slush, you want a mixed watermelon cherry. Whatever you have, they have it right there. And all of a sudden I was like, do you want it? You want it? Should I get it for you? Should I get you this tree house with the pool and the button? Yeah, Daddy, yeah, get it for me, get it for me, get it for me, please get it for me. Says, let me tell you something, it's going to be crazy than that. Allah Haba is going to be crazy than that. Go get me a cup of water now, I'll give you another chance. Go get me a cup of water, Hashem's going to reward you even bigger than that. All of a sudden she runs, she gets me the water. The daughter automatically knows. I say, you trained the Gan Eden. It's much greater than that, of course. For that one cup of water, it's going to be much more Allah Haba for that. But at least she understood in her mind the mitzvah. She connects it to the craziest tree house with a pool, with a slush, and with a... But you want to know it's crazy. It's better than that. It's more precious than that. She's always going up. Oh, I want to do this mitzvah, and I want to do this mitzvah, and I want to do this mitzvah. Eventually she gets older, and you tell her, L'Shem Shamayim now, just for Hashem, because Hashem loves us, and Hashem doesn't do that. It's a higher level. But you build and build and build. And that's the chinuch that we have to train our children.